Hey guys, it's Yvette, and I wanted to make this special video because I've had lots of questions regarding this subject. So this is loosely based on Quilting by David. So here's the story. I met David at a quilt market back in May in Kansas City. And I did a little interview, and I told him, I'm going to send a quilt to you because I don't have time to do my quilting. I don't like to do my quilting. I really want somebody to do edge to edge. And so he's like, yeah, that's great. Okay. So, I mean, whatever, I would have done it anyway, but, so I sent it out to him, and right from the beginning, I chose to use bamboo batting. And I purchased it from him because it just seems kind of silly to me for me to send batting only to have, pay to send batting only to have to pay to send it back. I mean, it's silly. And his prices are really good. So really, there's no point in not doing it. Now, this was the first time I had ever used bamboo batting. And so when I mentioned it in a couple of my videos, because at this point he has quilted everything I've done, except for mini quilts. Like mini quilts, I will quilt myself because I can do that on the machine. And as long as I can do straight line quilting, I'm good. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm not fancy free motion, do that. No, I have absolutely no interest in doing that. Just gives me the heebie-jeebies to even consider it. Yeah. So he has quilted everything for me since May. I've had him quilt I had the This Way and That Way quilt, which was a Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt. I haven't bound that yet, so I can't show it to you. Well, I mean, I have shown it to you because I showed you like his quilting, but so anyway, he did that one. He has done my Halloween quilt from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. He did my Fur Good Measure quilt from Fort Worth Fabric Studio, which it's sitting over there just waiting for me to bind it. And he also quilted my A Day in May, which was also Fort Worth Fabric Studio. And you guys, so here it is. I got it back from him, and I have put the binding on, and I have washed it. So here it is. And he actually has this featured on his Instagram as his, to show his quilting. And the quilting, of course, is gorgeous. I mean, I don't know if you could see that, but he's got like flowers in it. Can you see? Because he's kind of used some white right there. Now, when I send my quilts to David, I always say that the design is quilter's choice and the thread color is quilter's choice. So I let him make all of the decisions about that because, quite frankly, he has so many patterns to choose from, and I just don't have time to go through them. And I feel that he knows everything he's got, so he can take a look at my quilt and go, okay, I think she's going to like this. And you know what? I've always loved it. So I'm very happy with it. So the reason I'm making this video is to talk a little bit about the bamboo batting, because I'd never used it before and wasn't really sure what to expect. But like I said, it was a little more expensive, but he put, in parentheses next to it, that it had a really good drape and it was excellent for quilts. And I was like, well, I'll try it. I mean, I'm always willing to try new things or whatever. And ever since I've had him do that, I don't use anything else. Now, if I'm just making a small, if I'm making a wall hanging or a mini quilt because everything that I have here, and I do have some batting that I just keep on hand, like every other quilter. Everything I have is 100% cotton, and I love it. I've always loved it up until I started using the bamboo. And you guys, I wish that I could convey. I mean, the drape really is amazing, and it's lightweight, right? So it's not. Here's the thing: it's like the only way I can describe it is when I use cotton. And so you kind of have to also think about what you're using it for. Now these, for me, these are going to be like lap quilts or something, right? So I'm going to have them set out for people to use. If that's what you're doing, if that's what you're quilting, then I really do suggest bamboo. I really do. Because he's right. The drape is like, and it feels like, it feels like a quilt. Do you know what I mean? The thing with cotton is that it's a bit stiffer, my opinion, even after washing, okay? Because I've only washed this once, and look at how it's just, and that's what I like. So I'm just trying to say, if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, I really think that you'd be happy with the bamboo he uses. I have never tried any other kind of bamboo, so I am not speaking of, you know, all bamboo, and I can't possibly, okay? I'm just saying, if you're using Quilting by David, you might want to consider the bamboo. I really like it, and that's what I'm going to be using. And that's, you know, it's personal choice. You could always like maybe get one done and see if you like it, especially if it's something that you're going to be using as, like, actually be using as a quilt. If it's like a wall hanging or something, then there's, you know, reason why you would want it to be a little bit stiffer, right? So, anyway, I just kind of wanted to make this brief little video, and tell you what I thought about the bamboo, because like I said, I've had quite a few people asking me about it, and I wanted to make sure that I had a couple of quilts that I had used it on, finished up, so got the binding on, washed it, and compare it to other quilts that I had. Well, I only have like 2 quilts. Everything I make, I give away, you know. Hopefully I'm going to change that though, because I really want to start keeping some of my stuff. People ask me all the time. They're like, Yvette, you know, can you show us like some stuff that you've made? And I'm all like, no. Actually, I don't have anything. I give it all away. But anyway, since I've had the questions, I just thought, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I get one ready that I can show you, because obviously I wasn't gonna wash it before I finished binding it. So I mean, I am talking pedal to the metal, or pedal to the metal. I was just like binding this thing and I'm like throwing it in the wash. Oh, and I used some soak. Yes, I did. So I used soak, and I use like a bit, like especially if it's going to be for like people using, oh my gosh, you guys, I just can't even tell you guys, it's so soft. I love it. But I use fabric softener on it. I do, you know, and personally, you see how it's like, how it looks? I hope you can tell. Can you tell maybe with the backing? Maybe the backing will show better. I wash all my quilts in hot water. All quilts. And I will wash it on its own, on the gentlest cycle, hard, you know, like very low, spin, very low spin, but I use hot water. I always use hot water. You guys, I mean, I knock on fake wood. I've never had a problem with, you know, colors running or anything like that. But I know that some people have said that they had, and this is just my opinion. And it's just my experience, but I find that I only use quilt shop quality fabric. So, that might be why. I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything. I'm not even saying that the others is not good quality. Listen, I'm not getting into all that. I'm not starting this huge debate, but I've never really had a problem with it. So I'm just letting you know what I do. Hot water, low spin, very delicate cycle. I did use soak this time, but honestly, guys, I usually just use regular detergent and I put fabric softener in it. I don't use like a bleach or anything, not even like no color bleach. I don't feel it's necessary. but I've never really had a problem. So anyway, I hope that answers the questions that you guys had about the bamboo. If not, please leave any kind of questions or comments down below, and I will certainly try to get all that information out to you. Any kind of information that I have about bamboo, I will try to maybe put on the bottom here somewhere, or put it in the description box to kind of give you guys a little more information about it. And so I hope this has been informative, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so that you know every time I have a video go up. I just love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.